this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for our first episode of our 7 days of art journaling. So what I've got here is I'm going to do or start a new art journal. Obviously I still haven't finished my other one. Or other ones, because I've got a couple of different kind of journals on the go. But this is an old scrapbook I bought these years ago. I actually bought it for some holiday pictures and, you know, I've never got round to actually using it. But it's got these gorgeous craft coloured pages and, you know, anyone who watches my channel, you'll know I absolutely love this craft colour. And I thought, to be honest, how gorgeous would an art journal be on these craft coloured pages? Because I just absolutely love them anyway. And I just can imagine them just looking absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome as an art journal. Now, obviously, I've got these rings in here, so it's going to be a bit different from kind of, you know, my altered recipe book, where I obviously can go right to the middle. Of course, I'm not going to be able to go over these rings with anything. So, you know, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do double page spreads or just single page spreads at the moment. I don't think it would matter, to be honest, if we just did single page spreads. You know, that might be quite interesting to do. So yeah, let's just kind of get cracking and see what evolves. So I'm going to use, I've got some of my large images here, and these are from my large vintage images. It's one of those that I have single side laminated. Now, oh, I definitely should have cut this one out before coming on, because this one's like super fiddly, probably the most fiddly out of all of them. So yeah, I definitely should have cut this out before, but hey, let's just cut it out now. And yeah, I've picked this one that's kind of laminated because I thought that perhaps the, you know, shiny texture is going to look really good against everything else that's going to be on the page. So, you know, I don't know, it might look rubbish when it's done, but I just thought mixing up the textures would look really cool and really interesting, you know, as opposed to it being a kind of, yeah, one texture finish, if that makes sense. So just kind of cut around him as best I can. Now, as I always say, I mean, don't worry too much. I mean, if you end up kind of cutting into it, it's fine. You know, nobody really knows what it kind of originally looked like. I mean, I could cut that thing off of his hand. That would make it slightly easier. And just cut around here like that. Well, this is where I probably will get told off, because maybe this is something very famous. And when I've just said nobody knows what it looks like, maybe other people would know what this looks like, and I'm just showing my ignorance. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know what this looks like. But I'm wondering now, as I've just cut something off, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if this is like a really famous, you know, kind of historical plaque or statue or something like that. And actually, maybe everybody other than me would know what bits it did have poking out of it. I don't know. Don't know. Let me know below if you recognise this as anything famous and that you would know if bits were cut off it or not. I mean, I'm just going by the assumption that, you know, that everybody kind of doesn't know, because I don't know. But yeah, that's not necessarily the case, is it? So I apologise if I'm kind of painting you all with the same brush as me, but yeah, I just, to me, I don't really recognise anything, so, or, you know, I don't recognise this plaque, this statue. I'm not really sure what this would be termed as, but yeah. So for me, I don't mind cutting bits off, so long as it looks kind of okay once it's cut out. I think that's fine. And to be honest, once the actual layout's all finished, you know, no one's really going to be looking, are they, to see whether, oh, she's cut something off out of that man's hand. You know, no one's going to be scrutinising it like that. And to be honest, you know, I'm making this as an art journal page anyway, so probably no one's even going to see this other than me. Well, me and you guys, obviously. Right, so that's going to be a kind of focal point on my page, I think. So that's kind of where I'm going to start with. Now, obviously, kind of ordinarily, I would possibly cover my pages with gesso. I'm not sure that I want to do that, obviously, because you know, I'm using these craft colour pages instead. So I'm thinking kind of layer it up with black gesso. Obviously, black gesso I absolutely love. So yeah, always kind of quite a winning look for me using black. I've got some of this haberdashery paper because I thought perhaps some of that would look good. And I've also got, I've got this, which I've made previously on some, what do you call this? Yeah, adhesive backing. So I'm thinking this would look quite nice. I like the, you know, the colour of that green against the, you know, the ornament type piece. So I'm going to just kind of layer up, I think, and then, you know, we'll gesso around and kind of work from there. So I think I'm going to start this time with actually just placing some bits down. Whereas kind of maybe in my other art journal, I would possibly start by tearing off, or sorry, not tearing off, you know, going over with gesso. I think on this one, I'm going to actually start by getting some pieces just stuck down of some paper. So, oops, and this is where now I can't now peel the paper off. Okay, right. So I was actually intending on using this as washi tape, and yeah, it's obviously now going to be used in here as a kind of decorative background instead. But what's quite nice about this, it's been you know, Mod Podged over, so it's also got a bit of a sheeny kind of surface, which is, you know, is quite nice for this project, I think. So, you know, I'm hoping I'm going to end up with lots of different textures and things by the end of this, but hey, who knows, it might end up with not many textures at all. It will all be yeah, it will all be seen at the end. So let's just take this one now. Now, I know I've said this loads of times before, I just like the torn edges. So, of course, if torn edges aren't really your thing... Am I sticking that? Oh, yeah. For a minute, that looked like it was upside down. And I thought, oh, because it's letters, that's going to be very, very obvious if that's stuck upside down. Now, these, as I say, are, you know, sticky back. So I don't need to worry about gluing them. They're just, you know, they're like big, giant stickers. Now, I've got this from the Haberdashery book, which, oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this? Again, I've been kind of hoarding this because it's so lovely. Now, I've also got some other page, which actually I was going to use, but now I'm thinking maybe I would prefer to just have more of the black. Kind of trying to keep this very, very monochromatic, maybe. I'm not sure. What do we think? Oh, it's a bit of a tough decision. Don't think I want the flowers on here, definitely. So even if I go for this, I don't want the flowers kind of necessarily. So I'm just going to tear this down. I don't know why I don't like the straight edges. I know I've said this so many times before, but honestly, on other people's things, I really like the straight edges. I just can't seem to carry them off. If I put a straight edge, you know, it just seems to look really weird. So, yeah. So for me, I prefer to get rid of the straight edges. So, I mean, I don't mind obviously here where it's butting up to the edge. You know, that kind of almost makes sense, doesn't it, to have the straight edges? But yeah. Okay. So that one there. Okie dokie. Right, going to have to tear this down, which is kind of heartbreaking because I love this, but I can't stand that straight edge. So yeah, again, let's just cut this down. Oops, making a not very good job of this at all. Okay, right. Oh, I love how that looks so far. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right. So let's just glue this down here. Weirdly, I mean, I've been wanting to do this for ages. This was kind of an idea that I got, you know, weeks and weeks ago, thinking, oh, I'm going to make an art journal with this buff coloured, you know, I always call it buff coloured. It's craft coloured, isn't it? Craft coloured card. Yeah, and I've been wanting to do it for ages. And you know what? Weirdly, now I'm doing it. I'm actually kind of, oh, not sure this is going to be quite as easy as I thought. Now I've got a new stencil here. I treated myself to a couple of stencils, new stencils over Christmas, and this is the first one. So I'm not sure where the others are. They're now buried on the floor. So yeah, I can't show you kind of all the ones that I bought. I think I got about 5, but I got this one, which is a Stamperia stencil. which I thought was just going to be lovely. Oh, it's very, very, very paper thin. So yeah, that's kind of unexpected. I didn't realise it was going to be so thin. Maybe that's going to be a good thing, because sometimes I do find they're a little bit chunky. But yeah, it feels like it's very delicate and maybe not going to last for 5 minutes. Right, fingers crossed that this is going to be, you know, harder wearing than it kind of first appears. But hey, who knows until we get using it. So I'm going to just go in with, I've got some old card which I've used kind of a couple of times in the past that I've found, you know, works quite well to put the gesso down. Now I'm going to use my heavy black gesso. I love using that. So yeah, let's put some of that down. So let's have a look and see. I want to get, you know, a good pattern down here. So obviously there's different pattern kind of around the stencil. Oh, this really is paper thin, honestly. I will let you know in a second what I think. I think it's actually coming up on the card. Now, please don't necessarily think that this is, you know, a rubbish stencil, because I'm pretty heavy-handed. But having said that, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who's heavy-handed. So, yeah, can you see? I mean, that's come out really terribly, hasn't it? And the stencil's already kind of lifted quite a bit there. So I'm not that happy with this one, it's got to be said. Now, I'm pretty sure that I ordered some other Stamp Hero ones, so I hope that this is just a bad one and that the others are not going to be paper thin like this, because I'm thinking it's just going to be, you know, a waste of my money, to be honest. I actually can't remember where I got these from, whether I got them from Amazon, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back through my orders. Because I've had them for, you know, for several weeks now. So, yeah, not sure now. Okay, I mean, it's not so bad there. So that one's gone a lot better, I suppose. But, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not very impressed with this very flimsy kind of material that it seems to be in. It feels to me, you know, not really going to last 5 minutes, but hey. And I'm sure that I've had some other Stamperia stencils which I thought were fantastic. So, I don't know. This might just be a bad batch. I mean, I don't know. Everything seems to have got very expensive lately, and, you know, sadly, quality, I think, maybe has deteriorated on some things. So, it makes you wonder. But please don't take my, you know, my word as gospel, because, you know, this might just have been a bad one, or I don't know. But yeah, definitely it feels very, very flimsy and not very robust at all. And, you know, I do just honestly question how long that's going to last. Right, now covered in gesso, so of course that did not take very long, did it? I mean, how long's the video been going? Ooh, 10 minutes. 13 minutes, and I'm already covered in gesso. It was going to happen, wasn't it? But yeah. Right, I'm just going to dry that, because of course, oops, she says, no, my heat tool's not plugged in. Let me just quickly plug that in. Hold on a second. Oh. I've moved it around so as it's over here, but it has unplugged it from my lamp. So yeah, let's just quickly dry that. Mainly because, obviously, being black, I'm very likely to smudge that and smear that everywhere. Okay. Come on. Okay. Drying. Not quite there yet, but nearly. Now I have gone on to the next page by accident a bit, but that's okay, because when I come to use the next page, I can probably, do something with that anyway. So it's not too bad. bit wet there. Right, okay, get rid of that. Okay, I'm sure I've just touched my face and now got probably black gesso around my face. It feels slightly like I have. Right, so I'm going to use this. Now, obviously, as you can see, my inking has not, my cutting has not really gone right up to the edge. So I'm wondering if I should do something around the edge of this. I'm even wondering whether I could gesso around that edge. Don't think that's going to work. It kind of just is slipping straight off because obviously this is laminated, don't forget. So yeah, it's not going to be the best. So right, let's put that to one side. So I'll forget that idea. So of course I've got my stays on here, which, you know, stays on is going to go on any surface. So I'm thinking this probably the best to kind of, you know, just ink around where I've got those white bits showing, because that's going to go over the laminated surface quite well. So there we go. And this is just black stays on. Again, you know, not being too worried how I'm doing this. As long as I'm covering up all of the white, you know, it's all good. So yeah. Okay. Like that. Oops. Right. Now to get in here, just going to go with my finger. Being like really messy now. Honestly, that is the only thing with art journaling for me. I do get very messy very quickly, so yeah. But these little bits, they're just a bit tricky to get in, and they, you know, there's probably other ways that you could do this. I'm sure that lots of you have got a brilliant idea, and, you know, kind of you could use a sponge or a little brush or something like that. I'm just really messy, and yeah, just before I know it, I'm already doing it with my finger. So but you know, I'm not too bothered, to be honest. I don't mind if I've got messy fingers. Okay. You know, sometimes you just have to take it, don't you, for the in the name of art, really. So that's my motto. Right. Okay, so I'm going to have this down here. Isn't that just so gorgeous on that page? I just absolutely love it. Now, I'm wondering whether I should glue this with the hot glue so as I can have it lifted, or whether I want to have it kind of glued flat. Because what I've got here, these are a whole bunch of, yeah, I thought they were Fabrica flowers. And I thought, actually, these are rather nice. And I might be able to kind of finish the page off with some of these. So I'm kind of wondering, should I have this down and the flowers raised, or should I have the flowers down and this raised? I think I would prefer to have it like sort of into the background, if you see what I mean. So that being the case, I'm going to just glue it with my wet glue. So yeah, let's just get the whole thing glued down. And the wonderful thing obviously about this single-sided laminate is, you know, it's single-sided. So I mean, this side is completely just paper, you know, and therefore is going to glue nicely. It's not kind of got a sheeny surface like a laminated surface or anything, which can sometimes be a little bit, you know, resistant to glue. So yeah. Okie dokie. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day and maybe getting some crafting done. Love to hear what you guys are working on. Are you going to be doing 7 days of art journaling with me? If so, are you going to now, you know, maybe kind of get yourself a, you know, a craft coloured scrapbook, or perhaps you've got some craft coloured paper, or, you know, you could use maybe some brown envelopes or something and just make yourself a scrapbook, or, you know, what's going to be your art journal basically. So yeah, I shouldn't really keep using the term scrapbook, but you know, because you could obviously then, you know, all you're wanting is something brown. So, I mean, you could just layer your envelopes up, either, you know, using them as a sort of single page, or you could put them onto something sort of more solid if you need something a bit more heavy duty than the actual envelope, you know, and work from there. I think that would work quite nicely if you're wanting to do something on the craft colour, which, you know, I just think it's so lovely. It's nice to get a different kind of a different kind of look going on, isn't it? So yeah. Now, obviously these, as you can see, they have been kiss cut, and you know, my understanding is kiss cutting is when you've got a gap around the edge of all your images, so like white, in this case ivory. Yeah, it's weird because I know I've said this like a billion times, but honestly, I mean, if I kiss cut things, I feel really weird about using them. Like, it just looks really amateurish. If I bought them that way, for some reason, I don't mind it. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of embrace the kiss cutting, I think. So, but I will ink them because at the moment they're, yeah, they're probably a bit too kind of ivory, aren't they? So still using the walnut stain. Yep, I've been using that for ages now. Obviously I'm filming ahead, so whether or not I'm still using it in real time, who knows, but yeah, I'm still using it here. Okay, so that's one. I've got this one. Okie dokie. I love these colours. They are very, very vintage, aren't they? And very, yeah, just really yummy and lovely. I don't know what it is about this craft colour, but I just really, really love it. I know that just sounds a really strange thing to say, but honestly, I'm very drawn to it. It's, yeah, for some reason, I really, really like it. And yeah, I don't know why. It's just something about it that's really nice. You know, that I really, really like. And yeah, I just kind of had this idea and thought, well, there's no reason why actually you couldn't do an art journal on a coloured book. And then I thought, well, why not actually do it on the craft colour? Because, you know, I love that anyway. And yeah, then I kind of thought, well, actually, I've got a scrapbook that I've had for ages that I haven't used. So yeah, I couldn't wait to come and have a play, because how gorgeous. You know, well, hopefully how gorgeous is this going to be? You know, by the end of this journal, hopefully it's going to be lovely. I watched a video from somebody the other day, and I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was a junk journaler. I think she was kind of in the art journal realms. I'm sure it was somebody I hadn't watched before. But she was saying kind of, oh, I can't wait for my art journal to be finished and be able to kind of flick through the whole thing. So, yeah, and I got totally what she meant. But I did think, wow, it's going to take forever to actually finish any one of these art journals, because I've been doing my, you know, my recipe book one for ages. And of course, it's still not finished. Now I'm obviously starting another one. I've got that cardboard one that I started, which again, I've not actually now finished. So yeah, I'm thinking, will they ever get finished? Maybe I will never get to a point where they're actually finished and I can just flick through. I'm not sure. Right, so I've got that one. So I'm gluing these all with my hot glue, and you know, as I say loads of times, I'm not pressing it too hard. So hopefully, you know, this will be kind of slightly raised. You know, not fully raised, but just a little bit. So I've got a bit of a 3D kind of thing going on. Okay. Like that. So yeah, I mean, they're stuck down obviously, but you know, I'm not pressing them really flat, so hopefully I've got a bit more lift and it will be a bit more impactful than if I'd used, you know, the flat glue, not the flat glue but the wet glue, and you know, glued it down really kind of flat. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a bit more impact to it. So yeah, let's have that one there. Yeah, I'm feeling really rusty because I've actually done like no art journaling really for ages. I did my page in my, you know, Shop Your Stash series. I did a page then, and that was the first page I'd done for ages in an art journal. I'm just wondering, I don't think I want to add pink, but hey, who knows? Maybe that's just what I need to actually kind of build it up. I'm not sure. Now I'm thinking maybe pink is what I need. Yeah, that was the first page that I had done for a really, really long time. And I really loved doing it. And I thought, well, you know, I must must pick up with the art journaling again, because I'd really enjoyed doing it last year, and then I just, towards the end of the year, I just got out of it completely. I think because it's a process that personally I find takes quite a bit of concentration and quite a bit of not necessarily concentration, actually, that's probably not the right word, clearing of my mind and being in a completely kind of clear space. And yeah, I think I haven't kind of necessarily felt that I was in that clear headspace for a while, and so I just got out of it. And it's such a shame, because I had been really, really enjoying it. And yeah, I'd really like to kind of pick it back up and not just now let it slide, because yeah, I really, really loved doing it last year when I was getting into it. So I thought, actually, maybe if we come along and actually do, you know, like a whole week of art journaling, and it will be interesting as well to see whether we will improve as the week goes by. Or, you know, this sounds a really strange thing to say, but sometimes, you know, like if I go to the gym like every single day, you know, I can start out on day one and, you know, feel not quite so exhausted and feel okay. And then weirdly, I deteriorate as the week goes by. I guess, you know, as your body gets more knackered and things, but, you know, instead of improving, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, my body's really struggling to do anything. And yeah, I wonder whether art journaling will be the same, whether actually if we do it every day, are we going to get better? Or in fact, are we going to, you know, deteriorate by the end of the 7 days? Who knows? But I mean, I'd like to think going to improve, but who knows? By the end of the 7 days, it might be like, can't do any more art journaling. You know, just drained completely of ideas and kind of put off from doing it for weeks and weeks or months even. But yeah, be kind of an interesting experiment, I think. So right, I'm going to put this flower here. Not sure about that other blue flower, whether to have that or not. Okay. Right, put that one there. So, you know, and you can see, I mean, I've even covered half of those people up that were on that thing that I kind of, you know, cut off part of them anyway. So, yeah, it really kind of didn't need worrying about, did it? That I've kind of cut some of them off. Right, now I'm not sure whether I want to put the other flower, you know, I'd had that blue flower over there in the corner. I'm not sure now whether I want to put that there or not. So I'm going to just kind of play around and see what else I've got laying about here on my desk. I've got this pink label, which I know that's a bit random, but obviously I have introduced that pink now with those flowers. So I'm definitely thinking, you know, could get away with having some pink on here. And who knows, maybe this pink label will be just the thing. Okay. As I always say, my world's worst thing, circles and ovals to cut. Just never very easy, is it, cutting circles and ovals? So, yeah. I mean, as you know, I do always quite like things cut in half. So, I mean, I don't even have to have the whole of this. I could have this just partially on here. Let's ink it up quickly. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe have half of it cut off there. So let's just go for that. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's really, really nice. Yeah, really love that. So I'm just going to put that straight down there. Don't always stick things down for a while. You know, sometimes it takes a while to kind of muck about and think, oh, do I like it? Don't I? But yeah, this one, I just loved it straight away as soon as I put it there. So I think we'll definitely have that there. Could even squeeze this one in that little space. I know that's a bit strange, but I don't mind it, weirdly. And actually, I quite like the fact that that's just kind of filling in that buff colour, if you see what I mean. So yeah, let's put that down there. I know it's a little bit symmetrical. I mean, it's not because it's obviously higher, but you know, it's kind of like on the opposite side, which I don't normally quite like that look, but I don't mind it on this for some reason. Well, I guess that's the point, isn't it? You know, you never can kind of make a sweeping statement, can you? You know, of like, oh no, don't like that, because actually sometimes things look right and sometimes they don't. So I've got one of my, you know, Victorian street names here, which actually that might look quite nice. Yeah, that looks quite nice, maybe even there. To be honest, I quite like it in several places. But I think here, because then we'll build up a sort of, yeah, like a cluttery kind of space over on this side, I think. So, yep, let's put that one down there. Now, obviously, I've got a lot of the buff colour still showing. You know, I guess the point is, you know, I chose to use the buff colour because I like that. So, you know, it would be a bit crazy, I think, to cover it completely. But that said, maybe we do want to cover it up a little bit. I don't know. Let's just see. I mean, I'm not over keen on that straight edge showing, so maybe cover up a little bit there, I suppose. Oops, let's put that one back there. Let me see what other little blue flowers I've got. So hold on. Let's just check this one out. Oops. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Kind of finished off along there. I hope this is all in frame. Let me move the camera slightly. It's really hard to fit these types of things in on the screen, so I do apologise. It's obviously this side of the book is, you know, like hitting kind of something on my desk and it's not laying flat, so it's making it quite difficult to get it all in. Yeah, I quite like that, I think. If we take it away, it's pretty boring, isn't it? So yeah, let's put that one down. Okay. Oops. Okay. Yep, like that. Okay. Love this page so far. It's so gorgeous. Again, it's kind of taken on a life of its own, and that's the thing about the art journaling, I think. You know, I find personally you can't really kind of have a plan because it just does go off completely on its own and, you know, just evolve and kind of grow into, you know, whatever it kind of fancies being. And, you know, I don't think you can kind of come along with a, ooh, I'm going to create this, because actually I think it just, yeah, it just kind of grows and does its own thing after, you know, after you get started and stick one or two things down. It just kind of takes on a life of its own. Right, just going to have this one, I think, over there in the corner. Like that. Oh, I love that. Again, you know, it's probably not really necessary. Probably not really kind of even, you know, doing anything much, but just something kind of cute about it being up there. Right, let's put this one down. Okay. Like that. Okie dokie, loving how this looks. I can't tell you how much I'm loving it. I did glue that down, didn't I? Yeah. So hopefully everything is glued down. Now, I think what I'm going to do is add some shading and things like that. She says, this is where I kind of really, you know, really panic and think, oh, I'm not sure. Because, you know, this is quite new type of things to me. I'm just checking that I don't want any more pink labels, because I love how those pink labels look so much, that I'm just wondering whether I want any more. I don't think I can probably fit them in. Let me stand up and look down. I'm thinking maybe something here. Maybe some book text or something. Let me just have a quick look around me to see if I've got anything you know, book-wise that I could kind of pull from. So I've got my household book here. I don't think this is quite the right book. Toilet services, no, don't think I want that, definitely. No, that's not the right book. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look. I've got this one, Ragtime to Wartime. Okay. I mean, this has got some quite nice titles in this book. It's not really the colour that I'd hoped, but what should a woman drink? As opposed to a man, obviously, you know, because we're very different, aren't we? Oh, managing a husband. Clearly I failed at that. Okay, right. Oh, I don't know now. Fashions, no. Daily Maids. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got some nice scripty or some nice text, hasn't it? In the world, her own living. Oh, I don't know what that means. Right, this is quite nice. Still Time for Charm. Games for parties. I don't know what it is that I'm looking for, but I'm hoping that just something. Who says women are the weaker sex? Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I feel like I would know it when I see it. But so far, I've definitely not seen it. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to be swayed by the words, you know, what they're saying, or whether it would be the script and the font that would be the thing. Oh, I don't know. Portrait of a lady. I mean, I quite like that sentiment, but that's slightly weird, I guess, on that page, because there's nothing like, you know, there's no portrait on this page and there's no lady on this page. So that's, yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a bit weird. This is annoying because I can't actually see anything that's, you know, striking me as just what I'm looking for. Oh, I don't know. Useful dresses for the morning, budgeting the income. I wish you wouldn't use so much makeup, Mary. Do women dress to please men? Oh, these books are hilarious when you look through, aren't they? Oh, no, I can't see anything in here that's kind of... I quite like this, where it says clocks, actually. I know that's a bit random, but yeah, let's just tear that out and see. That is a bit random, isn't it? I mean, yeah. I was kind of thinking have a sentiment, you know, that actually kind of said something. I mean, if I just put that word clocks there, that's just really strange, isn't it? It's just, I really like that font. So let's just cut that out. Oh, it's too big anyway on there, isn't it? Way, way, way too big. Let me just cut it down here like that, and just cutting closer. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit kind of weird on there, isn't it? It's I don't know. Let's ink it up, because obviously it's very bright at the moment. So, you know, maybe if it was inked, it would perhaps look a bit better. Maybe I'm not liking it because of the straight edges. Or maybe it's just the wrong thing to have here. I mean, I could have it there. I don't know. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? I like the concept of having some words. I'm not sure this is the right word. It's got to be said. And yeah, probably better not to put it down if I'm not feeling it. You know, it's probably that I'm just being really lazy and kind of, you know, trying to just use what I've got right beside me, and actually that's just not going to work long term. It's just going to be really weird. Right, okay. Let me bring in some of my paint sticks. So, feeling very nervous here. This could be just a complete disaster, but thinking the black. I know. I feel nervous even now, even saying it. Like, what am I thinking? What is going on in my mind? No idea. Probably a mistake. That's what. Yeah, thinking probably this is going to be a huge mistake. Oh, right. Let's move my stuff out the way a little bit so as I can put just some water down here to, yeah, I should really clean my mat off, honestly. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Right, let's put some of this metallic paint down here. Oh, the black looks very, yeah, very weak, doesn't it? Very much more like silver. So, although I feel terrified, actually, maybe it's not going to be that terrifying after all. In fact, maybe it's going to be, you know, not black enough. Because that's what I'm thinking at the moment. It doesn't really look like it's going to be anything. Adding anything. Let me just, again, let's go in here. Yeah, it's got a very definite silver look to it, hasn't it? Rather than black. I'm thinking this is not really going to do a lot. Well, I guess it's doing something. Let's just go round. Just going to go round the edge here with the paint. Okay. Not the right brush, I think. So I don't think that's helping. Just stand up and see how that looks. I just thought it could do with a bit of a metallic thing going on, you know, in one or two places. I'm not so sure now. Definitely not sure I've got the right paintbrush. So yeah, I don't think that's helping at all. But hey, let's just go with it anyway. So just going to dab it with my finger actually a bit. It's maybe that would be better results than the brush. Yeah, okay. Let's go in there a bit. Yeah, I quite like that actually. So let's go over here and do a little bit in this corner. And obviously I can then put some into that, you know, in here as well. So yeah, let's just kind of do that. Okay. I think probably just stick with having it at the two corners actually, you know, rather than going all over. Yeah, okay. Obviously that's very dark compared to this side, so I'm just going to add a bit more here. I mean, I don't want to get rid of all that buff colour because obviously I really like that. So, you know, I don't want to kind of do away with it and end up with none of the buff colour showing up, you know. So I think probably, you know, just a bit of this kind of in one or two places really is better. So yeah, I quite like how that is actually. Now, do I want anything up in that corner over there? And before I know it, I'm going to have covered all four corners. So I need to just be a bit careful of that because, you know, that's just going to look rubbish. Perhaps I will go along here a bit. Again, just want to be a bit mindful because I don't want to suddenly cover up the entire buff colour bit that's left. So yeah, oh, watch out, because no sooner do I say that sometimes than that does happen. So, a bit nervous now. Okay, wonder if we could just put a bit here. Kind of like running around the edge of this. Okay. Oh, that's quite nice actually. I mean, yeah, at first I thought, oh, I'm just mucking that up. But actually I quite like that kind of dabby type thing that's going on over there. So yeah, I'm just going to dab some more actually, because that looks quite nice with the dabbed effect. Okay, let me just do a bit of dabbing down here. Yeah, I love how that looks. I don't know really what else this needs, to be honest. I mean, I feel a bit wimpy kind of giving up at this point, because I think, oh, I'm sure that, you know, it probably does need something else. I mean, it probably needs shading and things. I'm not sure though, you know, I mean, I could put some shading here. Obviously, it's not necessarily going to show up brilliantly against the black and things. So, you know, it might actually be that it would look rubbish, you know, by the time it's got some shading on. Yeah. Not sure. You know, it could maybe, yeah, it could maybe take something else. Let's just have a look. I wonder whether it needs just a bit of black or something. I don't know. I mean, I do absolutely love black, as you know, and just often I just think black just really makes things stand out so well. So I'm just going to have a quick look here, just see if I've got any of my black words. Oops, I've got this one. Journey. That seems to be the only word I have that's black in there. Hang on. I've probably got more in here, but I just can't see them at the moment. So, oh, here we go. Memories. No, that's brown. Oh, it's getting really dark today again, so I do apologise for that. I don't know why it's getting so dark. It's only quite early, but yeah, for some reason it's now getting really dark. I can't read what that says. It's not one of my words. That's a word from something else. Oh, I can't read it. It maybe says creation. Not sure. Let me put my glasses on, see if I can read it better with those. Oh, it says treasury. Oh, honestly, could not see that for the life of me. So yeah. So treasury, that's quite nice, isn't it? Perhaps we could have that somewhere. Quite like it over there, just sort of nestled in. So let's just glue that one down. Like that. Yep. I do like this word, and it kind of, you know, does look quite nice, probably nestled in there. Yeah, let's just have that tucked in, I think. Oops. Okay. Kind of thinking maybe that's it. Maybe that's it done. Actually, do you know what I've just suddenly thought would look really nice? Is just a bit of black in the centre of those flowers. Now, oh my goodness, feeling a bit nervous here and hoping I don't just muck this up completely. But quickly rummaging around for my black, you know, permanent marker pen, because I think maybe some black in the centre of those flowers is just what's needed. So, yeah, let me try and get my black permanent marker. I'm so sorry about this. My daughter's constantly taking things, and yeah, she loves a permanent marker, so no doubt it's over on her desk. Oh, come on. Can't now see it anywhere. Right, I'm just going to have to quickly go and have a look for it. Hold on. Right, I'm back. Now I have to say, this was the only permanent marker I could get. It's one of those big Sharpies. It's totally not the pen that I was kind of looking for. So fingers crossed that I'm not going to just completely ruin this, but I'm just going to put in the flowers some little dots in the centres, and then I think just do some lines coming out. Oh dear, that looks terrible, doesn't it? Maybe I have ruined it after all. Not sure now. Oh dear. Oh dear, not looking so good, that. So let's just go round. I'm thinking maybe we could fill in the middle instead. So instead of the spots, have a more centre to that flower. Yeah, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? So yeah, let's just... Okay. Well, I have to say, not really my finest work, but maybe it's looking okay. Okay, right, let's just do some here. And then probably out from this one. Not great. All right, let's just now ruin this one, shall we? So, yeah. I'm doing this because obviously now I need to kind of do the others so that they are at least matching, even if it looks rubbish. Otherwise, it just looks like a great big weird spider sort of sat there. So, yeah, kind of need to, you know, for just continuity's sake, have kind of similar going on now. Okay, and then just up here as well. So, yeah, again, just heading for ruining this one now. Well, that one looks a bit better, actually. Well, it did. Not sure whether it does now, but okay. So definitely, yeah, I've mucked up that middle one, but hey, we could maybe even cover that up. Not sure how we could cover it up, it's got to be said, but yeah, maybe we could do something with that. I don't know whether I could put some of the paint stick even in the middle, and that would kind of dull that down. Kind of, yeah, just maybe. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? So I'll do that on these as well, just for, you know, again, continuity's sake. And that one there. Oh yeah, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, I hope this is looking okay on camera. I mean, it looks okay here to me. You know, I hope it looks all right to you guys. So obviously I should probably use my brush because yeah, it's quite hard to get in with my great big fat finger, you know, when it's just quite a delicate sort of area. So yeah, let's just go in with the brush there. Okay, and over here. Okie dokie, and then here as well. Oh yeah, to be honest, I mean, yeah, I did kind of ruin that. You know, I can't lie. It's not gone as I'd hoped. It, you know, it looks way more rubbish than I'd hoped. But having said that, I think it looks okay now. I think we've kind of rescued it to a certain extent at least. So yeah, I'm not absolutely hating it, whereas at first I thought, oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? So I've just got my white gel pen here. I hope it's still working because I haven't used it for a long time. So let me just try it on something to just check. But yeah, so what I might do is just put some spots here in here. Obviously this is not great because this is now got wet paint on, but maybe that would then, you know, make that look a bit better instead of just that weird. Oh dear, I'm ruining it more now. So yeah, perhaps I won't bother. Just do a little bit here, bit here. Again, just kind of smudging that in now. Do some spots here. Okay. A little bit here. And a bit there. Just trying to dull down, you know, the flowers. This one is the only one I'm quite pleased with, to be honest. The rest I think look pretty awful. Kind of ruined them completely. But I'm hoping that, you know, like once you kind of then flick through back onto the page, that actually maybe it would kind of look all right. You know, sometimes, you know, you just really hate things when you first do them, and then when you look back through, you think, oh, it looks okay actually. You know, I'm hoping that's what's going to happen with this page. Just do a couple of bits going off here. Okay. Well, I can't pretend that, you know, I'm not a bit disappointed in myself with that middle one because it does look pretty rubbish, but you know, and probably somebody who is a bit more artistic than me would probably be able to kind of rein that back. I'm thinking maybe like some pencils or something. I could probably get some pink similar to this and kind of go back in with a bit more pink. Yeah, I probably haven't really got time to do that now because, you know, we've been running for quite a while. But aside from that, which I'll just cover up, you know, which just looks like a massive spider just on the page, I prefer it now with those flowers. I think they kind of look more standing out. This one I think looks lovely. Really happy with how that one looks. Yeah, shame about that bottom one, which I have kind of completely ruined. But yeah, I think kind of, you know, when I get a little bit of time, I might go in with just a little watercolour pencil in the pink. Oh, let me grab them now. Hold on. Right, I'm back. Couldn't quite resist. So yeah, I've got my watercolour pencils here. So I'm just going to go in and just put a bit of pink here that will hopefully then kind of detract a bit from that black, which obviously is currently looking pretty in your face. So yeah, let's just pop that there. Just do the same on this one. And obviously these are watercolour pencils, so, you know, and again, I'm not an artist, so I'm sure I'm probably not really using them how you should. You know, probably should have put them down on the desk and, you know, just picked some up on a brush. But, you know, I'm just doing this kind of for speed really. So I just wanted to get, you know, as much colour down as I possibly could. So let's just quickly go in with some water here and then just hopefully take that out a bit there. There we go. Oh, that looks okay, doesn't it? Yeah, feeling a little bit happier now, so yeah. Okay. Take that one out as well. Okay, and then just a little bit on this one. Okay. Yay! Wonder if I could just do with some actually on these now as well, just because otherwise they're not really looking very pink, are they? So yeah, probably should just have a little bit on those ones that are just coming out to the side. So again, just going around, you know, where my rubbish black centres are, just put in a little touch of pink around there. So yeah, let's just quickly pop those in like that. Okay, oops. Suddenly had a piece of black card. I'm not sure what that was from. Okay, and then just this one here. Yeah, just so as we kind of brought some of the pink back in. So, oh, that looks lovely now. So, yeah, I mean, I can't lie. I still, you know, still feel cross with myself for making such a hash of that centre of that flower. It looks better than it did now, I think. You know, now we've added some of the pink, I think it looks a little bit better. I'm sure that, again, you know, if I was a little bit better of an artist, I could probably do something more with it. I maybe will come back still because, you know, yeah, maybe I will. But that said, I do find that normally, you know, once you kind of shut the page, it's kind of gone and forgotten. So, you know, it served its purpose and we've had our crafty time with it today. So hopefully I'm going to kind of, yeah, you know, get past that and be able to live with it sort of going forward. But yeah, I hope that you like the layout. Hopefully it's kind of inspired you and yeah, maybe you will get out some of your crafty bits and, you know, make a nice art journal layout. Hopefully you're going to join me for the rest of the series. Obviously this is day 1, we have got another 6 days to go, and then hopefully we're going to kind of be really regular with our art journaling, you know, throughout the whole year. So yeah, hope that you had fun, maybe got some inspiration, and see you guys tomorrow for another layout. Thank you so much then. Bye.